Hi, my name's Jim Ainsworth, and this is video 24, part 2, Understanding Our Spiritual Evolution in the Future. In video 23, part 2, I explained what our evolutionary, or the evolution of lifetimes that we've gone through in the first cycle. I call it the first cycle because using your imagination, try to imagine that these series of lifetimes is in a circle. And in going through this circle, you go first through the top half of the circle downward until you hit a middle sequence, and then you go into the series of lifetimes in which you do and experience bad until you go through this bottom half and then eventually rise to the top half, which is the end of your cycle, and you start doing the good again. But as I explained in earlier videos, you need to experience the bad in order to understand the good and why it's important that you do good. And at the end of this cycle of evolution, this series of lifetimes, multiple lifetimes, in which everyone has the same amount. No one has more lifetimes than the other because they've done a bad thing, or one person's done more good things. Everybody does the same amount of good and bad over their cycle of lifetimes. And at the end of this cycle, you reach an understanding of unconditional love. You practice it. As I explained in video 23, your consciousness is now in heaven, and your feet are on planet Earth in your last lifetime. Now, and at the end of that lifetime, your physical body ceases to function. Your etheric body tears. The spirit in its astral and mental body move on to the astral plane. And at this state in their evolution, they're on the higher levels of the astral plane, ready to enter that civilization that I talked about that expands the galaxy, that is held together through the bond of unconditional love. It is only when a person reaches this, a spirit, a soul, the mental body of the soul, the spirit within, reaches this with this wisdom of unconditional love is in its consciousness, that it can leave the astral. The astral releases it. It can no longer has any hold over this mental body. And the spirit in its mental body enters the civilization of the galaxy. Of course, there's all types of guides waiting to congratulate this soul, as every soul passes through this in understanding what is happening and what's going on. Though the soul already knows this because while it was on the astral plane, it's received various clues that this is happening. And it's a very joyous occasion, of course. Like heaven is. Heaven is everything that you desire instantly, so you get it. Now, that's the first cycle. Now, what happens here is that our sun is part of a constellation of 7 suns. And this, our souls, our spirits within these souls, have entered into a cycle of learning that encompasses these 7 suns. You might call these 7 suns a spiritual university. Our solar system is the 3rd sun of this constellation. And this human race has been evolving on 2 previous planets of 2 previous suns. And when a spirit, a human spirit, achieves this final lifetime, they are ready to move on to this 4th sun. Our sun is this planet Earth. School purpose is to teach unconditional love, which it does, through a series of set lifetimes, fixed. No one has to try any harder than anybody else in order to achieve this. They do. They reach this point. And then they're ready to go on to this next lifetime, this 4th sun in a planet. This is orbiting that 4th sun to learn about the mental plane and an understanding of the galaxy. That's where everyone, no one gets left behind. Every single soul that's incarnated on this earth, whether they're presently in the astral plane or on earth presently, are all going to this place. No one gets left behind. Everybody is in a series of lifetimes. Now, in learning that, getting to that new sun, there's another cycle. You might say the first cycle is the learning cycle, and then you have a teaching cycle on Earth, which is a lesser amount of incarnation, in which the spirit returns to assist those who are going through the first cycle. So, that's all for this video 24, part 2. We'll continue on into video 25 and understanding of our spiritual future evolution. So have a nice day.